trying to get some space. The captain, Hanyo de Klerk. Vintukaya up and going with this one. Vintukaya coming out with it. Good carry. Good carry. Good, absolutely good carry from the Windhoek High School player. He's getting good carries right into the middle. Gymnasium on the big foot here. Pick and go by the forwards. They've got some space on the blind. Do they get it done? They get another carry in. Good driving more. They set it up. They're looking for the ball at the base of the ruck. Joubert Steyn. Good carry from the VIS boy, but he loses the ball in contact. Gymnasium have come away with it now. Dazzling looking for some space. The number 10. Oh, great tackle on Brower. The number 15 from Gymnasium trying to create some space for himself, Klassen. Number 9 is under it, Nell. Nell, he gets it over to the big number 8. Basson, the captain. Does he have space? Windhoek High School are looking for it in that rug. Seems like something illegal went on into that ruck. The referee letting it go. Maybe he was happy he's the man in the middle. VIS, they get it out. The number 13, Isaacs. It's the number 9, Steyn. He gets it out to the number 8, Majid. Worrying some for Windhoek High School. It seems like they've got a blood issue. Somebody has been replaced, blood replacement. Taken out to clean that blood. Blood is not allowed on the field, as you see the number 20 from VIS coming on the field, Hain. Shaquille Hain. I almost said Shaquille O'Neal there. Has the same name as a famous basketball player. He comes to slot in at the back of the scrum, the number 8 position. As you see some direction from Joubert Steyn. Stein directing the attack. He gets it out. Carried through now by the number 3, Chuya. So number 3, Kotse, I beg your pardon. Good looping around from VIS. Kick through made by Windhoek High School. It's number 14 now from Windhoek Gym who has the ball, Lobsha. It's a knock on by Windhoek Gymnasium, giving the scrum away to VIS. They pick down for the scrum, the boys. They have it back, Windhoek High School. They're running straight through, trying to create some space for themselves. They set up another ruck just outside the 22-meter line. Windhoek High School, Windhoek Gymnasium trying to create the 10 over, and it's been successful. 10 over is successful for Windhoek Gymnasium. As they're attacking here now, Windhoek High School are trying to win the ball back. These young lads have been up here to play some rugby. Kick through by Gymnasium. It goes straight out. So they don't have touch. They have to come back where they kick the ball from. Windhoek High School have got on the line, the more going on forward here. They've got some space in the rolling more. They've got the advantage as well. Do they burst through? It looks like the big prop is bursting through. Does he get it down? The referee has not awarded the try. Seems like the ball is coming back. He's called it held up. He's going to go back for the advantage. Andre Bronkhorst award the penalty to Windhoek High School. Gymnasium accused of pulling down the scrum. It's a line out for Windhoek High School. Can they use it? The referee says that line out, he's not happy. He's awarded the free kick for Windhoek Gymnasium right on the 15-meter line. They're coming out with it, Windhoek Gymnasium. They've gotten it out. They're going on the blind side. He steps to, gets tackled by the number 7 from Windhoek High School. Great tackle on the lad. Kick through by Windhoek Gym. Collected by the number 15 from Windhoek High School. But the referee is bringing play back. It's a line out for Gymnasium. Let's see if they can make use of this one. They've got it out to the number 2. He's got the throw in. Valdez. He gets it out. The hooker from Windhoek High School gathers, but he's not able to collect it. Tap and go by Windhoek Gymnasium, number 9, Van Veek. He gets it out to the fly half, Bukers. Bukers gets it out to the number 12, Kambomdo. But the passes don't stick here for Windhoek Gymnasium. But they've gotten it away. Is he through? It seems like he's through. The Windhoek Gymnasium boy. He's going to get the first try here. Brilliant. Try and scored for Windhoek Gymnasium. But the try scorer seemingly limping here. Consultation, 100 Broncos and Cameron Cotter. Think he's going to award the try and see Cameron Cotter walking into the in goal. But they're going to review it. They're going to ask the TMO to see what the decision is. Try is awarded. Try was not awarded by the referee. He went to review it to the television match officials. They're going to see what they awarded the penalty here. So try does not stand. Disappointment for Windhoek Gymnasium. It was a knock-on and the player was offside, playing the ball in front. Windhoek Gymnasium have the scrum down here. The referee's not happy. He resets it. Seems like there's a bit of high tackle from Windhoek High School, but Gymnasium have the ball forward. They're waiting for it at the base of the ruck. The scrum half. They're going to go for points here, Gymnasium. It's still 0-0, so it's still anybody's game. 3 points are going to matter in this encounter. Sure, these under-14s have really gone at each other in this encounter. They're going at each other. They're not leaving anything to chance. They want full-on energy on the park. As we see the number 10 lining up the kick, Brouwer. It's a scrum here for Windhoek Gymnasium. They're setting it up. It's still anybody's game here. Gymnasium on the attack, trying to create a gap for themselves here. Oh, they're through. It's the number 8. He's bulldozing through the number 8. Does he have space? Oh, held up the VIS boys, but he's gotten it out here, Bernardo. He's gotten it out here, the number 6, Mouton, I beg your pardon. Looked like Bernardo from where I was. Andre Bronca seems to be bringing play. Having a consultation with his assistant referee, Robert Bazay-Dunot. It's a scrum here put in for Windhoek Gymnasium. They get it out. He's looking for it at the base of it, the scrum off. He gets it out. He finds his fly off Bucas. Bucas offloads quickly. They set up the rug. Referee has his arm advantage for Windhoek High School. He's not happy about Gymnasium's handling of the breakdown. It's a kick through from Williams, clearing his lines. It looks like he's sailing out for touch, but he doesn't find touch. Right at the back there, Diergat and his mates are there to control it. It's a counter-attack for Gymnasium, but found in touch as the assistant referee's flag goes up. Line out, not controlled. Gymnasium still have it. Windhoek High School struggling to control the line out here, but they've been penalized off their feet. It seems like everybody is losing their weight in all the breakdowns. Andre Broncos very strict at the breakdown, not allowing any nitty-gritties to go through. He's policing it brilliantly. You might think he comes from the CIA, our referee. Kick through from Gymnasium. They don't find touch. It looks like it's rolling over dead ball line. It does. They're going to come back for the scrum. Poor kicking from Gymnasium, if you ask me. You get a golden opportunity to set up a line out on the 5-meter line, and you make a kick right through like you're playing soccer. Maybe David Beckham could have done better even. But they're going to get a scrum here, Windhoek High School, restart play. Just a little under 2 minutes left in this first half between the two teams. It's still 0-0. No one has managed to score, which sets up for an exciting second half, I can imagine, especially when the coaches get to talk to their boys, see what they can do. Windhoek High School leave it out. They decide to go blind. It's always a good decision to go blind. Pick and go by the forwards. Great support from Mogotsi, the number 4. He's waiting for it. Another pick and go by the forwards. Windhoek Gymnasium look a little bit offside from my angle. Not sure if they can back last man's feet. The TMO in the box here is happy. Oscar Lambert. Always expert opinion from him. Great take from the number 14, Lobsha. He offloads to Diergaard. Diergaard tries to dance through, loses his footing. Number 9 gets it out. Oh, it looks like it's an injury from the number 13 from Windhoek Gymnasium. The captain, Divan Stein, struggling with something. Looks like a hamstring. Referee has his arm out for advantage. Gymnasium still have it. They swing it through their hands. Inside ball to the number 12 now, Kambondo. They don't collect it. Referee's going to come back for the advantage he was playing. He blows his whistle. Absolutely. Advantage. Windhoek Gymnasium, the penalty. Right outside the 50-meter line. The hooter sounds for halftime. Kick through. It looks like it's a good kick. Oh, slightly short. It was a brilliant kick from the young lad. Half-time. Score is 0-0. Hage Geingob Stadium, Windhoek High School, Windhoek Gym, and the 14A League Final.
Dis die Momentum Raadsbeker finale in die 114 A-liga.
Kick start for the second half between Windhoek Gymnasium and Windhoek High School under 14. Windhoek Gymnasium deep inside Windhoek High School's 22-meter line. Gonna try and create something here. See if it goes through. They send it out. They want to put the kick through here. Windhoek Gymnasium, Windhoek High School. The referee gives the penalty to Windhoek High School. He's not happy about something here. He says Windhoek Gymnasium were offside. A good chance for them to clear their lines. Throw in here for Windhoek High School. They have it out now with their number 6. Dante Stramis. Carry through. Penalty for Windhoek High School. Quick tap behind the referee. He's going to go in. Kick through made. Windhoek Gymnasium have it now. Right outside. They get it out. Oh, pretty much not a... He had no intention of catching that. Absolutely could have done better. He had his hands right up until his ankles, then realized, oh, the ball is coming. Let me lift my hands up. Poor basics from the young lad. Rugby 101, he's failed the first module. Windhoek High School at the breakdown. It's number 9, Der Clark. Shifts it out. Gymnasium have come away with it. Oddly enough, it's in the hands of the number 10, Bucas. Looking for some space. Looked a bit high there in my eyes. At the base of the rug. Van Veek. Pick up. Great run from Gymnasium. Setting up the rug. Van Veek gets it out to Bucas. Bucas finds his number 15, Diergaard. Trying to dance through. Great tackle on Diergaard. Did not give him space. Van Veek. Definitely that should be penalized. No way on earth will you get such an easy turnover, even in an under 14 game. Really should have called himself to order. He didn't need the referee to tell him he's out of order there. Penalty awarded for Windhoek Gymnasium. Van Veek lines up the kick. No, he taps quickly. He gives it to one of his forwards. Oh, great run. He's shoved on 3 tacklers now. He's gotten 4 or 5 to take him down. Brilliant run from the young lad. Van Veek at the base of the ruck. Gets it out to Bucas. Bucas shifts it out to Diergaard, who's gotten slotted in on the number 12 position. Seems like it's a 10-over. Windhoek High School have it out here. Something fishy is definitely happening in these breakdowns. 10 overs happening like it's kick and chase here. Easy. Windhoek High School have it. At the base, a little knock on it seemed, but referee says went back It's play on. They have the advantage. They get it out wide. Oh, great tackle from the number 12, Kambombo. Kambombo with a great tackle as the number 9 from Windhoek High School, Kluther, gets the ball out from the base of the rug. Great carry in. A big carry by Van Zyl, the loose head prop. The paramedics are on the field attending to an injured player. A great kick from Windhoek High School, allowing them to get a nice place for them to go for the line out. Knock on, scrum gymnasium. The second half has been a bit quiet here. The first half was pumping, it was grooving, but the second half has gotten quieted down. It's going to be interesting to hear some analysis from my friends here in the commentary box if I can get hang of one. It's been really quiet in the second half. We've had a better match in the first half between these two teams. No one has scored, no one has done anything. I'm going to try and get off the fluke what my friend here, Quentin, thinks about this second half. It's been quite quiet, Quentin. Gymnasium have it out wide. They're trying to create some space for themselves.
Yes, Caleb, I mean, this is a game where one of these two teams probably need to try and take the game by the scruff of the neck. I think too many errors on both sides at those crucial moments. A little handling errors creeping in. So if the team that can sort that out first will probably be the one that takes this game.
Yeah, definitely. The handling errors have been an issue in today's encounter, as we see the number 10 from Windhoek High School kicking the ball through. It's a kick and chase. The number 11, Bukas, he wants to collect it. Does he? He does not. Diffused there by Windhoek Gymnasium at the back. They win the advantage.
There you see it again, Caleb. I mean, the guys just get into the red zone. They get into good positions close to the try line, and then those little errors creeping in, ball just popping out. So, yeah, they definitely need to sort that out. Just calm down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. These errors inside the in goal are not going to benefit them. They need to calm themselves down. They need to calm themselves down and create it and get some attacking going from the right place. You're going to have white light fever in a final.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just, I think it's just calming down, just a little bit of composure, not trying to do too much too quickly, just slow things down a bit. Patience.
Yeah, you've got a lot of time in this match still remaining. You've got about 15 minutes to go even. You can get 3 tries quickly. The All Blacks do it all the time. Not saying these teams are any close to All Blacks, but it's possible. They need to keep it calm. But they win the penalty here, Gymnasium. They're going to get a chance to clear their line as their fly half walks up to kick the ball. Brouwer.
Oh, Caleb, I would venture to say the team that scores the try, one try, I reckon, might be the team that turns out victorious. Yeah, it's obviously not going to be a high-scoring game, but I think one try might just do it, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. We jinxed Agri College. They had the lead of 15 points right until the death there. So I think it's going to come to somebody who makes the least amount of mistakes, I think. So if you can get a try and keep the mistakes on a lockdown, you might be in for the money. Windhoek Gym have the line out put in. Has their hooker who's going to throw in the ball. Valdez. He had a big game last weekend.
So it looks like a replacement. Is the replacement happening here, Caleb? What's going on?
Yeah, you've got a replacement. The number 19, Jandre Nibena, coming onto the field. He's replacing the number 4. I'll
Looks like
get
it's
to
sorted out
Mogotsi.
now. Great line out there.
Is he soft?
So as he puts it on the foot there, tries to find some space behind the Windhoek High School players. Oh, great pick up there, but unfortunately he just couldn't hold on to that ball. Great opportunity there again for Gymnasium. Just not able to finish those moves. You know, Caleb, obviously a big game for both of these schools, finals of the A-League, so a little bit of nerves, obviously, but you'd imagine, or you'd expect that at this late stage of the game that the nerves would have settled a little bit.
Having a say, I think some sports psychologists would have some money if they had been at one of the schools before the game today.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a couple of sports psychologists all season for these guys. I mean, this level of rugby, as we look at the scrum off taking a little blind side there, as you know, I like my blind side. Caleb?
Yeah, definitely. You're a blindside guy. You love to go blind. The teams have been trying to do it in this fixture, especially the number 9 from Windhoek Gymnasium, Rando van Fake. He's been trying to go blind, but he found himself in touch, setting up a defensive line out there for Windhoek High School. Tian Hain, he's going to have to put the throw in. Let's see if he can find his jumpers.
Good line out there by VIS, tapping it, but well collected there by number 5. Pietri Lambert. VIS playing with fire, yeah, trying to run the ball from their own 22, within their own 22. But maybe this is what this game needs, a little bit of spark from somewhere, a little bit of risky play, but then sense and sensibility prevails. And they go for the touchline. He finds a nice touch on the 10-meter.
Yeah, there's always the adult in the room. The kid's trying to run the ball in the 22. The adult says, no, we're going to kick for touch. But maybe you're right. Something risky is needed. Go big or go home. It's still 0-0. It's about 11 minutes left in this encounter.
And we play extra time in these games, sudden death, right?
Definitely, it's sudden death. Any type of score in sudden death wins the fixture. Drop goal, penalty, try, whatever.
We love sudden death, don't we?
It's a carry there by the number 8, De Klerk, Jano, the captain.
So out to the big men again, trying to suck in the defenders, but they actually lost a couple of meters there. So they want to play. They want to play those big runners closer to the advantage line, a little bit flatter. Offside by Gymnasium, and let's see, maybe they take a 3-pointer. Oh, no, they're out of range, sorry.
Taps quickly the number 8, the captain, De Klerk, taking it upon himself, gets the ball out. It's a good carry from the forward. A good carry, absolutely brilliant carry.
Yeah, great carry there by Anu De Klerk, number 8, the captain there of VIS. So things heating up a little bit, yeah, Caleb, a little bit more intensity from both sides. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. They're failing to contain their own ruck, Windhoek High School, losing possession. And Windhoek Gymnasium are they're like poachers. They pounce on anything, this Windhoek Gymnasium, little boys.
So lots of offside play here. Tit for tat on the offside front.
Yeah, I think they're trying to force something on the defense. They're both sides trying to put some pressure to create. It's number 8 from Windhoek High School, the captain. Disappointing.
So yet another scrum. How many scrums do you think in this game, Caleb? Quite a few. I think those front rows are quite tired at this stage.
Yeah, there's been a lot of scrums. They're knocking on the ball. Their hands have become slippery like butterfingers. They can't get out of the ball. The tired bodies out there. They've been having a go at each other, these two teams. No one trying to break. No one has crossed the whitewash.
Let's call it blindside, yeah. No blindside. And VIS drives him back again. I think they might need a little bit of luck here on either side.
Yeah, it seems everybody is getting some luck every time they're in trouble. Somebody makes a mistake. They get a chance to kick out. They get a chance to calm it down. So things definitely going to the defending team's way, whoever
Just
it
having
is.
a look at a possible late tackle, yeah. Waiting for the referee's decision. Referees say it's fine. Referees are happy with that. Nice, fair tackle. Hard stuff here from the boys.
Yeah, he was committed in the tackle. The kick was in and then the kick went. So definitely good call from our TMO, Oscar Lambert. Experienced TMO, level 3 qualified with World Rugby.
So let's see, another great set, another great position here for a set piece for Gymnasium inside the field or inside the territory of VRS. Good clean line out taken there. Nice run around there. Creating an overlap. Can he use that? Who's going to straighten the line? No, he decides to run around. Great tackle there on the fringes. And looks like it's another turnover. And yet again, neither teams being able to round off those great running or great positions that they had so many times in this game.
Yeah, that turnover was a bit illegal. They went off their feet and looked for the ball, creepy crawling into the rucks. They're trying to steal it out. Referee caught them out wanting. It's a penalty for Gymnasium.
Maybe they should try for the three-pointer, yeah.
Oh, it's a bit out on the corner, Quint. Probably maybe a Johnny Wilkinson or trying to bend it like Becker, maybe.
I think maybe better chance of scoring a try. That's the way it's been looking at this stage, up to this stage of this game. See, I think I was right. One try wins this, Caleb.
Yeah, you probably called it. It's 6 minutes to go.
Is this the try? No, he's out.
He wasn't touched there, the number 22, Deval. He tried to sneak in through, but great cross-cover defense from the
Have a look
number
at that
14.
again. Tries to jump over the defender there. Just doesn't manage to get the ball back into play. I reckon the coaches of these two teams have no nails left.
Yeah, they've been biting them throughout. Hopefully they wash their hands, or we might have a German soccer team coach incident.
Dangerous times here for VIS as Gymnasium creeps closer to the to the try line there. But turnover. What does referee say? Time out. So let's see if VIS can drive them back. How far they can drive them back.
Not a great kick there, Quint.
Oh, let's see if Gymnasium can do something with this then. I mean, good attacking position inside the 22.
Yeah, it's right inside the 22. What do you think of that penalty kick? I think they had a better chance to tap and go. It didn't gain any meters there.
Well, I don't know, actually. I mean, they've been losing meters with backline moves at this stage.
Apparently, it's about 3 meters he gained on the kick.
Well, there goes another 3 meters. Oh, very risky play here, but will it pay off? It might. Let's see. Couple of gaps being taken there. Great. Oh, almost gets through that gap. But he's being swung around there a little bit.
Yeah, I think he held on for it for a bit too long there, Olivier. He should have
he had the man
offloaded.
on the outside there. Defensive Gymnasium coming up very quickly. They're cutting off the possible pass there to his outside man. They decide to change direction, give it to a big man there with some nimble feet. Looks like the number 2 there, Tian Hein from VIS. And now they hit the back line. Marsdorp, number 14 there from VIS, just overrunning it, so they had to become oh, great little break there from Pedri Lambert. Looks like we got some excitement here in the last 3 minutes of this game here, Caleb.
Yeah, the number 8 there from Windhoek High School, De Klerk, holding on to it for long. He had an overlap, held on to it, trying to run through traffic there.
Little dart there by the scrum half. Jaden Kluter, he gets caught in possession. Quick tap, but referee doesn't allow it. Oh, does he? Yes, he does. Play on. Will this be the move that clinches this game, Caleb?
If this move
They've got to go to the three-pointer. They have to go for the three-pointer. I mean, it's in striking distance. Looks like they decide to go for it. And would this be the deciding factor in this epic game between these two sides? Men are out on their feet. It's been a really, really hard game. A clash of these two powerhouse rugby schools in our country. Great to see the competition being so fierce. And it'll be number 12, Jakuba Son. That'll see if he can possibly clinch this game with a three-pointer. Yeah, no pressure there on the boy. Kom ons kyk wat maak hy. En almal is doodstil hier op die stadion. Jakuba Son lê aan. Kom ons kyk wat maak hy met hierdie skop. Kan hy hierdie game vat? Teen die paal vas. Nee. Oh. Oh. Het hy dit gemaak? Het hy dit gemaak? Nee, hy's uit. Oh. Kom ons kyk die kantlyn hierso. Het hy eers uitgetrap hier na by die middellyn. Nee, hy's binne in die veld, maar dit maak nie saak nie want net voor die doellyn. Net voor die doellyn. Oh. Dis 'n versekerde try saving tackle daai gewees. As hy hom nie daai uitgevat nie, was daar groot moeilikheid vir VIS. So lyk my ons gaan hierso in sudden death in. Kom ons kyk, laaste beweging. Kan Gymnasium iets doen? Laaste vaste beweging van hierdie wedstryd. En extra tyd in hierdie wedstryd is sudden death, 5 minute. Sudden death in die eerste span wat enige punte aanteken. Maar kom ons kyk, miskien kan Gimnasium hierso clinch in normale tyd. Ja, VHS vat hom. Skop die bal uit. Slim gedink, goed gespeel. 0-0. Ek dink dis die eerste wedstryd hierdie hele play-off in die laaste 3 naweke van die kwart eindronde tot die semifinale en hierdie naweek ook. Die eerste wedstryd wat sonder punte geëindig het. So ons gaan hierna gaan ons na 'n sudden death toe.
Skeieregter, meneer, ek kan net dan vir ons lood asseblief om te bepaal wie kry eerste die beker vir die eerste 6 maande. En dan die tweede 6 maande sal die ander span hom dan natuurlik hou.
Ons probeer net uitvind wat presies die reëls is met die laerskole. Miskien ander reëls vir die laerskole. Jammer oor daai verkeerde informasie wat ek julle daar gegee het. Lyk my hulle deel die beker. Ja. Lyk vir my dis die einde van die wedstryd. Ja, ons het nou confirmation gekry hierso. Hierdie 2 spanne deel die beker, wel verdiend. Ek dink een van die spanne het verdien om te wen nie. Harde wedstryd. Ja, wat ek bedoel is, hulle het altyd baie goed gespeel, word ek hier uitgetrap deur my kollegas. Ja, albei spanne het baie goed gespeel, so welverdiende deel van die beker aan beide spanne. Verkeerde woorde, daar word ek weer uitgetrap.
Dus die bylaws van hoërskole rugby wat dit bepaal, so ons kan nie, dis 'n wet, ons kan ongelukkig nie daarby verbykom nie, dis maar 'n bylaw wat lank terug al op besluit is deur al die skole. So as daar in die finaal nie wenner is nie, word die beker verdeel.
Windhoek Gymnasium coach Ian Skoenwerker. It's been a draw 0-0. Your side couldn't get over the whitewash. What do you think you did not do right?
Kyk, ons VHS se manne het vandag opgedaag. Windhoek Gym se manne het bietjie gesukkel om by te kom, maar ek hulle die tos gewen vir die eerste 6 maande van die trofee, so geluk aan hulle. En dan ons manne vir die volgende 6 maande sal ons die trofee maar hoog hê en dan volgende jaar
hoërskole hier
en ons hou die beker aan by ons.
'n coin toss.
Okay, you seem like you're not happy about the results there. You both have to share the trophy. You're going to come back next year trying to win it again.
Yes, yeah, the last 6 months we will keep the trophy and then hopefully the next season we will keep it as well.
Definitely. Who do you think was your man of the match?
Jurik Meer, ons vaskopstit. Hy het 'n game van sy lewe gehad en ja, ek sal vir hom die man of the match gee.
Thank you very much, Coach Ian. There you have it, folks. The under-14A coach from Windhoek Gymnasium. A bit disappointed with the result, but congratulations, you get to share the spoils.
Thank you. Dankie vir julle hoor.
Thank you very much. There you have it, the under-14 coach from Windhoek Gymnasium. They get to share the trophy. The match ended in a draw. That's the rules of the Momentum Schools final. The one who wins the toss gets to keep the trophy for the first 6 months, and then later they can exchange the trophy after that. Join us for the next match between the under-15A final. It's Windhoek Gymnasium again taking on Windhoek High School, live from Hage Stadium.
Daar's ook geskenke vir die afrigters met komplimente van Momentum Namibia. Kom ons gee vir momentum ook sommer weer eens lekker hande klap, dames en heren, pragtige boodskap. Die sal geld vir die skole, as ook medaljes, pragtige medaljes, trofees, sertifikate en so meer. Ons gee maar die silwer medaljes vir gymnasium, ons gaan later vir hulle goue medaljes laat kry. Die seuns gaan dan 2 medaljes hê, hulle sal later ook hulle goue medaljes ontvang. Ons kan solank die spelers van die wedstryd aankondig. Die voorspeler van die wedstryd van Winterhoërskool, nommer 2 Tiaan Hein. Die agterspeler van die wedstryd van Windhoek Gymnasium, nommer 12, Surame Kwena Kambambu. Kan ons weer net lekker applaus vir al twee spanne asseblief. Baie dankie. Daar is nou tyd vir foto's, so 2 minute, 3 minute. En dan vra ons maar al die kapteins om die trofee te ontvang.
Okay, so ek dink ons het nou die official besluit hierso. Hulle deel die beker en daai coin was getas om te kyk wie hou hom in die eerste deel van die jaar en wie hou hom in die tweede deel van die jaar. Maar wel gedaan, beide spanne deel hierdie beker, die 113 A's in die Momentum Liga van 2018.
Ons volgende finale is dan tussen die selfde twee skole, Windhoek Hoërskool en Windhoek Gimnasium, se onder 15A spanne. Dis die Momentum onder 15A finaal. Ons welkom Roan Basson, die kaptein van Windhoek Gimnasium onder 15. En ook Franco Koersen van VHS.
So hier het ons dit, die onder 14 spanne van Windhoek Gimnasium en VHS, onder 15 spanne. Die onder 15 spanne van VHS en Windhoek Gimnasium, wat mekaar hierso die stryd gaan aansê in die finaal van die 2018 Momentum reeks. Vorige wedstryd 0-0. Kom ons kyk of hierdie twee spanne punte kan aanteken in hierdie wedstryd. So Caleb, what do you reckon? You reckon we can have another 0-0, yeah?
I want to see some tries. I really want to see some guys cross the whitewash. Neil all makes me think like I'm here for a soccer World Cup, which is not what I'm here for. I want to see some great lines. I want to see some passing ball out wide. I want to get the boys across the try line. Then we can get them on a nice little replay. We couldn't do any try replays because there wasn't any in the previous game.
Yeah, we felt a little bit quiet in here with the lack of replays. You're right.
It's kickoff here for Windhoek High School. It's the number 10, Ethan Kopman, who's going to take us through to the under 15A league final. Men in the middle, Zayt Isaacs, assisted by Andre Broncos and Geraldine Low, our referees. Men in the TMO boxes, William Steenkamp, coming to you live from Hage Geingob Stadium.
So VIS to start this game. Oh, not a good start there, directly into touch. So first scrum of the game. It'll be interesting to see how these two teams match up front.
Yeah, I think set pieces are of paramount importance in a final. You want to win your own ball. You want to keep it. You don't want anyone else to get a chance on your set piece.
Good scrum there by VIS, but well picked up by the 8th man.
It's a big hit in the middle as Windhoek Gymnasium get it out on their number 15, Klaassen. Klaassen trying to get the ball out wide. The pass doesn't stick. A lot of the blue boys pounce on him, but he gets to recover brilliantly. As it's at the base of the ruck, as their number 9, Wayne Nell, gets to try and get it off the base of the ruck. They get pick and go by the forwards. They go blind, trying to get Windhoek High School on the dog legs. Wayne Nell gets it out to the fly half, who shifts it out quickly to January. January played well last weekend in the under 15. They win the penalty here, Windhoek Gymnasium. Quick tap by the number 9. He gets it out to the number 15, Klaassen. Klaassen offloads. He couldn't get hold of it. And Enslin. It was a good pass from Klaassen, but he was slightly ahead of the ball. Could not collect it. So it's going to be a scrum for Windhoek High School. They penalized their Windhoek High School. Zed Isaac says they pulled down the scrum, giving William Clausen a chance to kick for touch. He finds the touch brilliantly, setting up a line out for his boys just outside the 22-meter line. Oh, good line-out option there from Windhoek Gymnasium, getting the number 8, Basson, the captain, running straight through. As they still have the ball, Windhoek Gymnasium, they're carrying it through, setting it up for themselves. Their scrum off is looking for a nail. They get the penalty. Windhoek High School penalized for coming straight through the ruck. Zed Isaacs being very no-nonsense early on in this encounter, not allowing any nitty-gritties to go through. He wants to get all the bad behavior out early on. Oh, he came through the side there, not straight through the side, if there's such a term. Getting himself illegally in that breakdown as William Clausen sets up the conversion for Windhoek High School. I think I always enjoyed the under-15 final. Year in, year out, it's a very good game between the two sides. The under-14 did well in their first half, but they disappointed me because I didn't see any tries. We see the wind having its say also in this encounter, forcing Clausen to set the ball up again. Having to attempt. Now they've brought in someone in to try and assist him by holding the ball down. Does he get the kick through? Oh, it looks good. Very easy for the young lad. He was not under any pressure. Easy like he does it in his sleep. Definitely good kick through. 3 points. Windhoek Gym are up 3-0 against Windhoek High School under 15 A-League final. Taken in by the number 6 there. Bernardo Danvero. Oh, great carry straight through. Great dummy. Sold the dummy. They bought it. The number 10. Bro, doing absolutely brilliantly. He ships the ball out wide. Not stingy. Oh, he's still going out wide. Breaks through a couple of tackles. He's under it. The scrum of now Nell. He goes blind. Oh, good decision. No defenders there. Pulls 1-2 men with him. Great decision making. Nell gets it out wide again. They ship it out through the hands. A great tackle from Windhoek High School. That was a brilliant tackle right in the middle there. Oh, they're still going Windhoek Gymnasium, but they lose the ball forward. Windhoek High School, the hooker now has it. Pearson, the captain. Great carry, great support from the loose head, De Beer. They get it out with Steyn. Steyn gets it out to Kopman Ethan, who puts his boot to the ball. The chasers are on. Oh, he knocks it back. The number 11, Jason Bucas. It still goes back. They have the advantage of loaded. Zed Isaacs going back to the first infringement, knock forward by Gymnasium. And then there was a little other knock from Windhoek High School, so no advantage there. Scrum on the 5, Windhoek High School put in. Windhoek High School look dangerous out wide. They have Bucas, they have Philander, who's playing absolutely brilliantly in the last 2 weeks. They're attacking very well. You don't want to give them space, these Windhoek High School boys. They might just do something extraordinary. Put in by the number 9, Steyn. Steyn gets it out to Kopman. Kopman offloads. Oh, great offload to Jason Bucas. Bucas, he finds Isaacs inside him. Isaacs offloads to Rispel. Oh, great rugby from Windhoek High School. Oh, brilliant. Oh, brilliant rugby. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, the inside ball from Kopman finding Bucas, who offloaded to Isaacs. Isaacs finding Rispel. Oh, absolutely great. A great rugby. Surely training ground stuff here on the field. Practice move I think they just hit play on the record button. They recorded it last evening at the practice ground. They hit play this morning, and it played out as exactly as they practiced it. I think that's a typical practice move, definitely from the Windhoek High School boys. Absolutely brilliant. They set up the conversion here for the number 10, Ethan Kopman. That was good hands. I can't forget those hands straight from Kopman, who found the number 11, Bucas. Bucas running straight through an open Red Sea. Nobody was there home to defend him. And he found Isaacs quickly on his outside. Isaacs, who did not even hold on to the ball for any longer, and floated it to Rispel. The conversion doesn't go through, so it's 5 VIS, it's 3 Gymnasium. It's game on in the Under 15A League final, brought to you live by TV Africa Namibia. Our broadcast partners, Super Tires, Express Credit, Joe's Beer House, and Vita Juice. Restart happens. Windhoek High School sends it back. Gymnasium are under it. He stays infield, but he's taken out quickly. It was a great take from the number 9, Nell, there, but he was tackled quickly as well into touch. So Windhoek High School will have their own line out put in right here. See if they can use it brilliantly. Oh, they win back the line out, Windhoek Gymnasium. Now Nell is dancing through the pack of forwards, trying to get himself out of. He's got some support from his big number 8, Basson. They managed to keep him infield. Brilliantly done. It's a hustle and tussle, but it seems the ball is on the side of Windhoek High. Windhoek Gymnasium still have it. A great work from the forwards, keeping the ball in the field of play. Windhoek High School are off their feet there. Nell, he goes himself in the fringe, trying to create some space. Good clean out by the captain, Basson. Somebody has to play fly scrum off, and that's Brower. Takes responsibility, but the forwards decide to pick and go to free their scrum off. Held up in the tackle. Nell is under it. Gets it out to Brower. Brower offloads. He finds his inside center, January, who tries to dance through. No space. Windhoek High School are quickly under the ball, but Zaid Isaacs is going to come back for the advantage he was playing for Windhoek Gymnasium. Windhoek High School were offside on the fringes. Probably going to go to the boot of Klazen. Definitely, they trust the boot of Klazen. Klassen lining up the kick. He's got a good boot. He's used it before. It's worked. Look at the smile. Should have got that on camera. That kick does not go over. Disappointing for Klassen. But I think there's a little bit of wind out there on the outfield. The wind affecting him. They shifted past through Windhoek High School, trying to find the best place to do that 22-meter dropout. But I think they've gone back to Ethan Bucas. He's going to have the kick through. They've set up territory right deep inside Windhoek High School territory. That breakdown seemingly working well for them, Windhoek Gymnasium. The scrum here just outside Windhoek High School's 5-meter line. Set pieces have been brilliant, have been important, not brilliant. Windhoek High School have been penalized before. They get it out. A great decision by Windhoek High School as Isaacs bursts through. They get it out to Kopman. Kopman offloads. Great take. It wasn't the best of passes, but they've got a man out wide here, Windhoek High School. It's the number 11, Bucas. He's shrugging off tacklers. He's gotten the ball out to Philander. Philander, who's on his own, gets some support quickly. Windhoek High School seem to have recollected the ball. The little knock-on from Windhoek High School going to cost them. But in my opinion, Windhoek Gym were all over that ball. I probably would have rewarded them if I was the referee. But the referee goes for the knock-on. So it's going to be a scrum here for Windhoek Gymnasium. They get a lifeline. It's not a very good scrum. The ball didn't come out as cleanly as they would have wanted it. They're going out with the breakdown here, trying to set it up for the kicker to go through. Does he get put to ball? He does. Decent kick for touch. Decent kick for touch. Looked like it was Klaassen who kicked for touch. He does. He's the one who slots in at number 10, Klaassen, to get the kicks out. He's done brilliantly. Gotten his team out of the woods. It's a line-out throw-in for Windhoek High School. Pearson, the captain, has to throw in. Looks like he's found his jump as well. That more seems like the ball remains forward. Zed Isaacs bringing it back. He's not happy about the early push, the early jump from that line-out, but he also says that more did not set up properly. It looked like there was a bit of track and trailer. So he brings play back, Zayt Isaacs. The scrum put in here for the scrum half, the number 9 from Windhoek High School. Steyn, he feeds it. He's waiting for it at the base. He offloads to Kopman. Kopman skips one. Almost gotten it to Miles Isaacs, but does not hold on to it. It was a bit of a ambitious pass, so they knock it on. Isaacs, the one with that sublime offload that found Rispel on the outside to create that brilliant try in the corner for Windhoek High School. Not managing to control this one. But Windhoek High School have a good visionary in Ethan Kopman. He's definitely the one to watch. He's creating the play. He's not afraid to take the ball up front. He's not afraid to take some contact. But he's also got support from his big number 12, Van Fake. He's a big boy, calling the shots there from the inside center position. We haven't seen a lot of carries from the captain, Franco Pearson. as Windhoek Gym feed the scrum. He's waiting for it at the base there, Wayne Nell. It's 8-9. Nell gets it back. It's the number 12 from Gymnasium January, who's running straight through the defense. They're struggling to bring him down. He's gained valuable meters, January, here. He offloads to the number 6, trying to find Bernardo, but he does not find Bernardo. It was a bit of a stray offload. Windhoek High School are going to be able to clear their lines as Steyn gets it out to Kopman. Kopman kicks for touch, and Kopman finds a very good touch for an under 15 boy. That's a good touch from Kopman. Cleared his lines brilliantly there, I think. That was a good run there from January. It was a good offload from the 8 from Windhoek Gymnasium. It was Basson, the captain, at the base of that scrum, I beg your pardon, who found Nell, his scrum half. Nell quickly getting an inside ball to Keenan January. January gaining a lot of meters. He dragged a lot of the defense with him. As the line out throw in from Gymnasium, Nell gets it out to his scrum, to his fly half Brouwer. Oh, great run in from January. He's had very good runs there. Nell again. Brouwer finding January. January offloading to Klassen. Klassen has a man on his outside. Does he get some space? He's in touch. Oh, he was dragged into touch in that corner. I thought Klassen let the pass go a bit too early. He should have held on for it for quite some time and then drew the defenders towards him and then let it go. It's TV Africa Namibia. I know there are a couple of watchers interested in some international rugby news. Just an update. Bledisloe Cup test number 1 in the Rugby Championship between Australia and the All Blacks. Australia leading that one by 6 points to 5. As the lineout comes in here, it's collected by Windhoek High School. They charge forward with their forward pack. As Joubert waits for it, Joubert Steyn gets it to Kopman. Ethan Kopman with the kick. Nobody home for Gymnasium. It's a great kick by Kopman. He's got a big boot on him, this number 10 from Windhoek High School. Getting a lot of good kicks through. Setting up a line out for Windhoek Gymnasium. They try to do it quick, class and there, but a bit of a null attempt. It's not going to be allowed by the referee. The throw in from Schroeder. Oh, collected by the Windhoek Gym number 6. Windhoek High number 6, Low. It's number 6 from Windhoek High. Leander Low collecting that line out as Joubert gets it out. Finds De Beer. Good carry. Joubert is under it. He's looking for it. He's got Kopman. Kopman offloads. He finds Van Fake. Van Fake skips Isaacs. Isaacs finds Philander. Philander out wide. Does he have space? Oh, great tackle on Philander. It's going to be in touch. It's going to be a line out. You don't want to give Philander space. He's got quick feet. He's nimble. He will definitely punish you. Oh, it was trouble in paradise, but Windhoek Gym have it now. He's looking for the offload, but it seems like Van Fake from Windhoek High is under it, looking for the 10-over. Another attempt for 10-over by Law, but Windhoek Gym still have it. They get it out to their kicker, who kicks for touch. Does he find touch? It seems Windhoek High School were not back there. A lot of the chasers coming through for Windhoek Gymnasium. They've got to be really calm at the back here. Oh, Philander not making the great decision. Windhoek Gym are over it. But they're going to get a penalty here, Windhoek High School. They went straight off their ground. If they had stayed cool, come and collected, they might have had a chance with that ball. But they went straight off the feet, a bit trying to force to get the 10-over, but not getting it from the referee. The referee protecting the ball carrier on the floor. Tap and go, quick tap. It looked like a high tackle from my end, but the referee has his arm out for advantage for Windhoek Gymnasium. Probably they've knocked on the ball. Windhoek High. Nell is under it. He offloads, finds Klassen. Klassen sells the dummy. He's through. Klassen, he is through. He is through. He's looking for support. Great tackle by Philander, tracking back to tackle Klassen. But Windhoek Gym still have it. It's Nell who offloads to Bernardo. Nell again. He finds Brouwer. Brouwer inside ball. It's now to the big number 1, De Klerk. Great carrier by De Klerk. Good support from Kotza. They float against the number 15, Klassen. Klassen finds January. January is in the number 14 hands. Ansel. Windhoek Gym are close. They're inching onto the try line here, Windhoek Gym. Oh, they get it out to the fly off Brouwer. Brouwer who offloads. They've got into the number 8. Oh, great tackle on the number 8 there. Basson, the captain, was inching onto the try line. Nell is under it. Pick and go by the forwards. Do they get the try? Zed Isaacs has stopped his watch. He wants to check it from the television match officials. We're going to hear the review from the television match official, William Steenkamp. Zed Isaac sending it right to the top. He was not sure of the grounding. Not pretty sure as well what his on-field decision was. But we're going to wait to hear what he says. Looks like there's an issue with the Windhoek High School, number 10. It looks like it's Ethan Kopman who's being helped off the field, if I'm correct. They've sent in the number 22, Lacock. Try is awarded by the referee. Windhoek Gymnasium have the first try of this encounter, bring their tally to 8 points and 5 for VIS.
Gymnasium gedruk deur Kaiden Snelle.
It's halftime. The conversion goes over. It's 10 Windhoek Gym and 5 Windhoek High School.
Australië in die 4 nasies is die rustuittelling Australië 6, Nieu-Seeland 5. ons wil tog net weer eens vra dat niemand in die losies moet sit tensy jy 'n losie gehuur het nie. Al die losies is uitverhuur vir vandag vir die toets tussen Namibia en Kenia. So asseblief, die wat in 'n losie sit, moet asseblief wat nie aan jou wat jy nie gehuur het nie, jy sal moet asseblief op die paviljoen gaan sit. En ook net weer eens sê, die paviljoen en die toilette, al die paviljoene en die toilette is rookvrye areas, ook habli-babli vry. So as jy wil habli-babli of jy wil rook, agter die paviljoene asseblief, nie in die toilette nie.
Second half about to begin. Hage Geingob Stadium under 15A final. Windhoek Gymnasium, Windhoek High School. 10-5 is the score. Windhoek Gymnasium lead this one. But it's still anybody's game, really. No one has really gotten control of this encounter. Claassen kicks us off. He kicks it deep. Collected by Pearson, the captain, who offloads to one of his backline players, who sends the booming kick down. Great kick from Windhoek High School. As you hear the support, as you hear the people celebrating that kick, brilliant kick. They offloaded. Oh, kick through there made by the number 22. It's Lakok who replays. It looks like Bucas. It looks like Kopman is off the field for Windhoek High School. They're danger, man. The kick through goes over the dead ball line. Windhoek Gymnasium have the 22-meter dropout. See what they can make use of this one. They only lead this one by 5 points, so they don't have enough the score buffer as they would need. Oh, referee brings them back. Looks like it might be a penalty. Yeah, it is a penalty for Windhoek High School. They look like they're lining up the kick for poles, definitely. Their replacement, fly half, Divan Lacock, setting it up. That kick successful from Lecoq, bringing their tally to 8 for Windhoek High School and 10 for Windhoek Gymnasium as Klaasen lines up the restart. It does not get collected by the number 1, H.D. De Beer, allowing the ball to go through his hands. Disappointing there from the big prop. You would expect better from him. It's a line out for Windhoek Gym. It's thrown in by the hooker, number 2, Dandre Shurda. They get the penalty in the process. Windhoek High School penalized for falling over in that ruck. The referee not happy about it. It's a penalty here for Windhoek Gym. They're going to line up the kick. Klaasen, the kicker. Kenny stretched the tally to 13 points to 8. It's only 2 points separating the teams after that booming kick from Lecoq. It was brilliant. Klaasen lines it up. It looks good. Both Henry Broncos and Geraldine Lowe's flags go up immediately in agreement of the successfulness of that kick. The score is 13 Gymnasium and 8 Windhoek High School under 15A League Final. Brought to you live by TV Africa Namibia, as well as our broadcast partners Vitajuice, Express Credit, Joe's Beer House, and Super Tires. It's going to be a restart from Lecoq as he sets up the kick. His forwards chase it down. Good communication from Windhoek Gymnasium. Oh, they don't gather the kick. They might be in some trouble, but they've recollected it. Got lucky there, Windhoek Gym. A different form of bounce to have put them in trouble as Klaasen clears the line. Oh, he gets a good kick, Klaasen. A brilliant kick. He was under some pressure here, but gathered the pressure brilliantly, Klaasen. Line out there. Windhoek High School, I beg your pardon, have it. Pass it to Lecoq. Lecoq swings to Miles. Miles does not handle. Advantage Gymnasium. They float. It's in the hands of the number 13, Hawanga. Hawanga has got feet. You're not going to catch Hawanga like that. Try under the sticks for Windhoek Gym. A mistake between Miles Isaacs from Windhoek High School, proving very costly for them, as it results in a possibility of a 7-pointer, as that try is really under the poles. But the try is not awarded. Zet Isaacs is going back. He's not awarding that try. He's going back way deep down into Gymnasium territory. I didn't get the call from the referee. It seems interesting. He awards the penalty for Windhoek High School as they are offside. Call coming from the assistant referee, Ms. Geraldine Lowe, deeming those two Windhoek Gymnasium players offside at the breakdown. She's not happy with that. Play has been brought back. They've decided to go for poles here at Windhoek High School. Another opportunity for Lecoq to kick it through. He converted the other one brilliantly. Divan Lecoq, the replacement number 10, is replaced Ethan Kopman. Gymnasium hearts broken as the try is disallowed by referee Zet Isaacs, but confirmation from the TMO, they were actually offside. The kick is not allowed. The kick does not go successfully. It's unsuccessful. Score remains 13 Windhoek Gymnasium and 8 Windhoek High School. We're coming to you live from Hanging Stadium as the 22-meter dropout is awarded to Windhoek Gymnasium. Oh, great 22-meter dropout there. A lot of banter on the field coming from the gymnasium. Number 2, Schroeder, exchanging some banter with Rian Grove, the number 4 from Windhoek High School. Yeah, rugby is a big boys game. A bit of banter exchange here and there. A bit of chirping here and there. As long as it stays within the bounds of the law, it's fine with the match officials. As they set up the line out here, Windhoek High School, Pearson, the captain, doing the line out duties, throwing in. Does he find his jumpers? He does. But referee is not happy. He says that throw was not in straight. An option for Gymnasium to take the scrum or to take the line out. Seems like they're picking down for the scrum here, Windhoek Gymnasium. I must say, discipline hasn't been bad in these quarter and semi-finals as well as the finals brought to you by Momentum. We've only seen, I think, 1 red card, and that came in the previous game with Windhoek Gymnasium second team Chindere getting a red card for a tackle that went over the horizontal with the player landing dangerously on their neck. As we see the scrum here for Windhoek Gymnasium, the number 9, Basson, the captain, feeding the scrum. Oh, Windhoek High School have won the tight here. That was a big scrum from Windhoek High School. Oh, but the referee not allowing it. He says they pushed a bit too early.
Ons president, Dr. Annie Gankop, gaan ook rugby toekom, so al die gaan verwyder, dan mag geen voertuig daai opening daar langs die paviljoen en gaan vertrek net die voertuig asseblief parkeer hom net daar aan die suidekant daar agter die suidelike paviljoen daar waar Walvisbaai nou tans besig is om op te warm.
It's a good encounter between these two sides, Windhoek High School and Windhoek Gymnasium, under 15As. They're playing very well. Oh, great take in by Windhoek Gymnasium there, but they knock it forward, Windhoek High School. So it's going to be an advantage for Windhoek Gymnasium. They have the penalty, the scrum, sorry. They have the scrum right on the 22-meter line as we see the pack of forwards running on. It's a scrum here for Windhoek Gymnasium. The number 9, Wayne Nell, feeding the scrum. The set pieces haven't been as clean as would want them to be. Oh, they're through here, Windhoek Gym. It's Klassen. Windhoek Gym, it's Klassen. They have it. He kicks through. It's going to be a chase through. It looks like it's the number 4, Awanga, chasing it. Oh, it goes into touch. But great option from Klassen, putting the ball to the boot, trying to kick and chase, but doesn't manage to stay infield. But great idea from the young lad. It's a bit of a drag and drop there in the 22 as they line up the kick. Windhoek High School trying to clear their lines. They get it into touch. Brilliant kick. Great kick from Windhoek High School. The number 11 there from Windhoek Gymnasium, Cooper, was trying to get under it, but couldn't because the kick was brilliant. Well done to Lecoq. He's there to handle the kicks in the absence of Ethan Kopman, who was a very good general in the first half, but they've had to do without him now. The line out comes through. Gymnasium look to set up a rolling maul. Nell gets it out to Brouwer. Brouwer who will flow to January. January dancing through. Is January through? Oh, he doesn't let the ball go, January. He thought he would go himself. Keenan January had gotten some space, but I think he's made valuable meters. As you see a lot of dog legs from Windhoek High School. Chua is tracking back. Shruda, they're all tired legs out there from Windhoek High School. If they can get a try here, Gymnasium, they might be in for the big monies. The coaches' bench is shouting they need to go for the points. They need to go for the points. The coaches are shouting. It's a little over 10 minutes to go. I think I would go for the try if I'm the boys on the park. I'm not going to listen to the bench. A bit of disrespectful, but I think they've still got a lot of time to go. You want to get as many points as you can. But maybe the coaches are right. Go for the 3 points. Settle in. Come back and get the ball. Get the ball. Get kicked back to you. You have the possession back. Is it the right call? I am not sure. The kick goes through, successful. Gymnasium 16, Windhoek High School 8, under 15 A League final happening live at Hage Geingob Stadium. Lecoq restarts the game. Oh, great take by Windhoek Gymnasium. They pass it out. Klaassen is waiting for it. It's in Klaassen's hands. Oh, booming tackle on Klaassen. It's an absolutely thunderous tackle on Klaassen. It doesn't look like it's a clean tackle, but referee has his arm out for advantage. Not sure if it's for the tackle or for another infringement. Kick through from Klaassen. Does he get some space? Gymnasium are chasing it. They've got 5 people chasing the ball now. They've created a line, but it was gathered brilliantly by the number 15 Rispel, who floats in the hands of Low. Low loses the ball forward. Poor handling from Leander Low. Could have done better, the flanker. He's putting his team under unnecessary pressure. They're chasing the game. They're 8 points behind. Any possession they can get is really important for them. But he seems to have cheaply lost possession for his side as a scrum is set up for Gymnasium right inside territory of Windhoek High School. Gymnasium have the ball out of the base of that scrum. They're attacking forward. Great carry. They get it out wide. Gymnasium. They're having it. Does he go straight through? Oh, Brouwer has gotten a hole and he's exploited it. Brouwer got a hole and he exploited it. He went straight through that hole. Nobody was expecting him to do so. Oh, great run from Brouwer. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, you ask me. As Claassen lines up the conversion, can they bring their team tally to 23 after that brilliant try from his fly half Brouwer? Absolutely brilliant. I think that could be one of the best tries we've seen today. Conversion is as easy as they come for Claassen. Gymnasium are 23 points up against the 8 only from Windhoek High School. They might have just gotten this one in the bag. Time is winding down on the clock. A little under 6 minutes left. New Zealand are leading 24-6 in the Bledisloe Cup. The Rugby Championship already kicking off. But as we see kickoff being made by Lecoq here at Gyeonggi Stadium to restart play after that try. Gymnasium struggling to control the ball. They have lost it forward. It's going to be a scrum for Windhoek High School. It's a put in from Windhoek High School with their scrum off the number 9. Jube, they're running it out wide. Oh, little slide kick through. Oh, did not gather it. He had absolutely done well there. That was a very slimy decision. Deceiving everybody. The number 11, it looked like. Jason Bucas. It's a great kick. Setting up the bounce to come back to him, but couldn't just collect it. He was almost through there, Bucas. It's a scrum for Gymnasium. The number 5, Nel, has the put in. A bit of a nothing kick there by Gymnasium. It's gathered by the number 14, Philander. Tries to dance around, receives some support from Hein. They get it out. Lecoq puts the kick through. Not a very good kick, Lecoq. Probably knowing that he has the advantage, wanting to force the referee to come back for the advantage. The captain, Windhoek High School, Pearson, has the line-out throw-in. He finds his jumpers brilliantly, but the referee is not happy. He says Gymnasium were early lifting there, trying to distract the throw-in. Oh, it's a pass down from the big number 1, the loose head. Oh, great pass from De Beer, finding Philander on the outside. Is it a try? It seems like Zaid Isaacs has awarded the try. He has awarded the try. It's 13 points for Windhoek High School now. He's going to drop kick here. Like he does drop kick. He gets the 2 points. He doesn't have any time to waste. Gets the points to 15 whilst Gymnasium on 28. 23, I beg your pardon. So it's 23 points. Windhoek High School is Windhoek Gymnasium 23 and it's 15 for Windhoek High School. It's the under 15A league final happening right here at Gyeonggi Stadium. We're coming to you live courtesy of TV Africa Namibia. Score is 23 Gymnasium and it's 15 High School. Interesting encounter we have here. Windhoek High School collect the ball at the back there with their big forward. They get it out to the number 22, Lacombe. Oh, it's Philander dancing through. Philander has somebody on the outside. Oh, the pass is a bit stray from Philander. A little knock on from Hein, it seems. Hein could not gather the ball on the floor there. A little bit of knock on. Philander had gotten some space for himself. As the hooter sounds, it seems like Gymnasium have won this one. The under 15 A-League final is going to Gymnasium after this scrum. Definitely, they surely should retain the scrum. Even if Windhoek High School get a try and it's converted, it'll still be 23-22 in favor of Windhoek Gymnasium. Gymnasium kick for touch. It's definitely full time at Hakagenkup Stadium in this under 15 A-League encounter. Gymnasium winning this one by 23 points against the 15 from Windhoek High School. It was a good fixture. It was a good match. The two teams doing absolutely brilliantly. As we await the big one coming on next, we've got the under 19 A-League final between Pro Ed Academy and Valves Bay. It's going to be a cracker. It's going to be a big one. It's the last of our matches before we take a break for the national team game. And then after that, we have the Super League final between Windhoek Gymnasium and Windhoek Afrikaans Private School. You don't want to move that down. You want to stay tuned to TV Africa Namibia here at Hakagenkup Stadium.
Ons aan te tree hier asseblief. Ons wil so 'n bietjie tyd wen. Ons is bietjie gedruk vir tyd asseblief. Kan julle net hier kom aantree vinnig? Nou kan julle vir ons kom aantree asseblief. Daai twee volgende spanne kom gereed asseblief. Valves Bay en Pro Ed Academy vir die onder 19 A-finaal. Altyd spanne vir ons daar gereed kom. Ons vra dan vir meneer Frikkie van Sail en meneer Nicolas Koos van Momentum om vir ons die medaljes te oorhandig asseblief. Goue medaljes dan aan Windhoek Gymnasium onder 15's en die silwer medaljes aan VAS onder 15's. Dan spelers van die wedstrijd. Die voorspeler van die wedstrijd. Nummer 7 van Windhoek Gymnasium, Kaiden Sneller.
Lekker kijker! Lekker kijker! Ik krijg een potten. Nee man,
Die achterspeler van die wedstrijd, nummer 10 van Windhoek Gymnasium, Gracelyn Drivel.
Lekker Trevor!
En dan versoek ons die kaptein van Windhoek Gymnasium, onder 15A Roan Bason, om die beker te gaan ontvang. En meneer Frikkie van Seil, baie geluk dan aan Windhoek Gymnasium onder 15A span.
The Under-19A League final is going to happen here at Hage Geingob Stadium. It's between Walvis Bay and Pro Ed Academy on the main field. Kickoff for that fixture is 13:30, and the lineups are as follows: Pro Ed Academy, number 1 Cowley, number 2 Van Veek, number 3 Bayer, 4 Leroux, 5 Roberts, 6 Moy Rugby, 7 Rugby, 8 Fourie, 9 Berger, 10 Sylvanus, 11 Sanders, 12 Duplessis, 13 Conteb, 14 Isaacs, 15 Joubert. Walvis Bay, number 1 Fowl, number 2 Otto, 3 Bukers, 4 Amundsen, 5 David, 6 Frieden, 7 Brandt, 8 Vat, 9 Van der Merwe, 10 Engelbrad, 11 Hendricks, 12 Velman, 13 Polster, 14 Gordon, and 15 Mukwi Longo. Man in the middle, Danny Kuhn, the referee for this encounter. Quite an experienced referee. He's assisted by Zet Isaacs and Oscar Lambert. TMO William Steenkamp. It's about to get ready.
Hierdie wedstrijd sal ongelukkig bietjie ingekort word. Sal nie 35 meter aan die kant kan wees nie. Die match commissioner het versoek dat hy bietjie vinniger moet plaasvind, dat ons kan dit is internasionale reëls, dat die toets moet dan daarna begin.
Danny Kuhn sets us underway. We're here with the Under-19A League final as the kick comes through from Pro Ed Academy. Their fly half, Godwin Sylvanus, kicking us off. Walvis Bay in the bright orange, Pro Ed in the maroon and black. They get in through Pro Ed. They're playing very quickly here in their lime socks. Pro 8 get it out. It's the number 10, Sylvanus, who decides to kick through. He finds, I think he finds a decent touch, definitely. He had to find touch with that one. Oh, I'm not sure who took the ball out. Oh, Pro 8 get the line out put in. Pro 8 get the line out put in. It seems like Valve is by fullback trying to be clever. They took the ball out. Pro 8 get it out. But it seems like they've knocked on the ball here. Pro 8, it's going to be a scrum for Valvis by. Valvis Bay managed to get it out at the base of that scrum. Are they going to clear their lines? They do with their number 10, Engelbrat. He finds an okay touch, but not could have done better, I think, that left boot of his. Line out there. Valvis by are in trouble as Pro 8 are driving forward. Just interesting facts for the folks at home. This is two teams from the Erongo region. It's the Battle of the Coasts. So it's Swakop versus Valvis by. Pro 8 from Swakop. Valvis by from Valvis by, of course. They get it out, Pro 8. It's a kick through. Is he going to chase it down? It's going to be interesting to see who grounded that ball, but it seems like it's Valvis bias. Danny Kun is making inches towards the 22-meter line. So surely it's going to be a 22-meter dropout. Meter dropout happens. It's in the hands of the Pro 8. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Was it an attempted drop kick? Well, surely he's been watching a lot of Johnny Wilkinson, But he doesn't remember that he's not one himself, because that was way too ambitious. It'll be interesting to find out if Pro Ed also have the same tradition with Grootfontein Agri College. They've got some lime socks on 2 of their players. Pro Ed have come away with it. That did not look very safe. That did not look very safe, that tackle. It's going to be interesting to check it. The kick comes through from Pro Ed number 10. Sylvanus. Pro Ed have it forward there with their number 2. Good carry from Van Veek. He's offloaded it. They're running through their forwards. Then the number 1, Cowley, big carry. They need to roll away here. Valve is by trying to win the ball illegally. Referee penalizes them immediately. Valvis Bay get it out. They kick it through. They want to get the line out. It was not a bad kick there from the Valvis Bay kicker. I think he's done okay to get that kick on. He's done brilliantly with that kick. Found some decent touch. Looks like it's Ashton Mukwilongo who's got the kicking duties. He had them last weekend again. The number 15. He's a bit slimy and deadly when he's got ball in hand. Oh, great line out there from Valvis Bay. They win the ball. They get it out. Great carry. Valvis Bay carry the ball forward. It's a big carry from the big prop. Valvis Bay are collecting the ball. They're going forward. They're not stopping for anyone on their way. It's a great carry from the big forwards from Valvis Bay.
Ons vra tog net weer eens asseblief die van u wat nog in die B-parkering staan om asseblief voordat asseblief die voertuig gaan skuif na die C toe.
Valvis Bay have got the advantage from Danny Koen. He blows for the penalty. He's not going to allow the play to continue.
Daar's 'n Land Cruiser en 18756W. Kan jy asseblief u voertuig gaan verwyder by die A-parkering en 18756W. Jy mag nie daar staan nie, gaan verwyder asseblief u voertuig.
It's going to be a penalty kick for Valvis Bay. They're lining up the kick here. Is it successful? Penalty kick successful. Kick made through by Polster, the Valvis Bay kicker.
Eerste punte van die wedstryd, Valvis Bay 3, Private Academy 0. Dis die momentum onder 19 finaal. Die wedstryd ongelukkig net 25 minute aan die kant as gevolg van protokol wat moet plaasvind vir die toets.
There you've got the penalty there for Valvis Bay. Pro Ed seeming to struggle with discipline there, the breakdown. Kick through by Valvis Bay. They want to find some great touch. They do well. It's a good kick from their fly half angle, Brad. Kick through by their fly half there. Valvis Bay. They have the line out throw in. The ball is in the hands of their number 3, Aiton Bucas. He throws the ball in brilliantly. They set up the driving more. Pro Eda might be in trouble. The ball is in the hand of the number 6, Frieden. The number 9 from Valvis Bay, Van der Merwe, is waiting for it to get it out to Polster. Polster has the ball, puts the kick through, but not a very great kick as it's gathered by Fourie, the captain. Valvis Bay have the ball there. Pro Ed have come away with it. Great tackle in the middle of the 22 inside Pro Ed territory. Kick made. Oh, Sylvanus, the ball is charged down. Oh, interesting turn of events there. Kick through made by Sylvanas, but does not get the kick as it's charged down. They could have been in trouble there, Valvis by. They get, oh, great tackle in the middle there. Valvis Baya in trouble. The referee penalizes them surely for holding on. They took too long to release that ball, Valvis Baya. Kick through made. They find good touch here, Pro Ed. Oh, great line out from Pro Ed, but he's in touch. He almost had the ball going there. The Pro Ed number 4, very aware of what he's doing there, Amundsen. They get it out. Valvis Bay Polster ships it out to the number 12 Velman. Mukilongo has gotten some space. Mukilongo, is he gonna make it? They try and ankle tap him. Mukilongo is through. Ashton Mukilongo has gotten some space. Absolutely brilliant from the lad. Try Valvis Bay. Valvis Bay getting the try there. Absolutely brilliant. Mukilongo finding some space and making good use of it. The kick comes through from Pro Ed. Was he taken out in the air? Knock forward from Valvis Bay. It's going to be a scrum for Pro Ed Academy here.
Ons praat nog net weer, allemaal wat bij die B-parkering staan. U moet asseblief die voertuig daar gaan verwyder en C toe gaan. C is net, u kan net deurry, hoef nie uit te ry nie, net deurry en daar achter die paviljoen gaan parkeer. Groot asseblief. En daar is nog een Land Cruiser, een Windhoek Land Cruiser wat hier by die A-parkering staan. U moet die voertuig gaan verwyder daar. Groot asseblief.
We see Pro Ed swinging the ball out wide. They get it. Do they get a try? Yes, they do. Great try from Pro Ed. Try scored by Pro Ed Academy. A brilliant try there. Pro Ed.
Rustyd dan 10-5 en die gans van Baai 1, de Pro Ed 1, dus die momentum onder 19A finaal. Ons vra tog dringend, baie dringend. Die president se sekuriteitspersoneel is op pad en daar gaan nou aksie geneem word. Daar's 'n Land Cruiser en 18556. Hy staan hier by die A-parkering geparkeer en moet daai voertuig gaan verwyder onmiddellik, asseblief. Dis nie ons reëls nie, dis reëls van die president se kantoor. Daai voertuig moet, dis 'n Land Cruiser stasiewa of double cab. Toyota Land Cruiser double cab en 18556 Windhoek. Daai voertuig moet onmiddellik verwyder word, asseblief.
Welkom terug hier by ons uitsending van die wedstryd tussen Pro-Ed Akademie en Walvis Bay. Telling op die oomblik hierso 10 punte vir Walvis Bay, 5 vir Pro-Ed. As Pro-Ed hier op die aanval is. En hulle op 6 flank daar, Rabi met 'n pragtige loopie. Hy word neergetrek paar meter voor die doellyn. En dit lyk soos Rian Roberts, die nommer 5 slot wat oor die doellyn val vir 'n 3. Ons kyk gou hier na die kyk weer. Hy het gelyk of hy het vir my gelyk of hy is nommer 8, jammer. Is die 8ste man daar. Ja, suiwer 3. Geen probleem daar nie, is die kaptein daar vir Pro-Ed, Henry Fourie. Ons hoor net gou wat die skeieregters gesê het. Ons wag vir die skeieregters. Hier's 'n Ons wag vir die skeieregters se beslissing.
Die 3 is gedruk vir Pro-Ed Academy deur hulle 8ste man, Henry Fourie, die kaptein. Hulle is dan nou gelyk 10-11.
Drie was toegeken. Skeieregter sê geen probleem hierso in die TMO box. Die 3 is toegeken, ons gaan voort. So is 10 punte teenoor vir Walvis Bay, 10 vir Pro-Ed en kan hy 12 punte maak. In die paal vas. Ongelukkig, die puntetelling bly 10 Pro-Ed, 10 Walvis Bay. En daar's nog so 11 minute in die wedstryd oor. Jammer vir die onderbreking in kommentaar daar. Groot mense wat hier aankom vandag vir die rugby. Ons moet almal ons karre geskuif het, presidente van alle lande wat hier aankom. Word ons almal 'n bietjie rond gevra om ons karre te skuif. Om plek te maak. So jammer vir daai onderbreking in die kommentaar. Oh, en is weer Pro-Ed op die aanval. Pro-Ed op die oomblik baie gevaarlik lyk. Hulle is hier so 10 meter weg van die doellyn of so 5 meter weg van die doellyn af van Walvis Bay. Nou is dit so 2 meter. Maar die bal kom uit aan die kant van Walvis Bay. En hulle loskakel. Eli Engelbrecht kan so 'n bietjie verligting bring. Of nee, dit was die heel agter. Met 'n baie moeilike naam om uit te spreek. Mukwelongo wat verligting daar gebring het vir Walvis Bay en ons lyn staan net op die kwartlyn. Pro-Ed om die lyn staan te voer. En sal 'n slot Ruben Leroux wees, nommer 4. Wat die lyn staan sal voer. Kry sy springer daar. En die bal word uitgegee agterlyn. Deur die hande. Nie baie suiwer nie, maar hulle gaan wyd en is die bal in die hande van Isaacs. Isaacs met 'n mooi loopie. Hy maak nog 'n paar meter. Hy het nog steeds die bal. Nog steeds Pro-Ed in besit. En daar weet jy dit. Donel Gontep van Pro-Ed wat oor is vir nog 'n 3-2-3 in die laaste 5 minute vir Pro-Ed. Pro-Ed wat so 'n bietjie die wind agter hulle seile het op die oomblik. Hulle het die voortou geneem in vir die eerste keer in hierdie wedstryd. puntetelling nou 10 met 15-10. Maar net so oor die 8 minute om te speel. En op hierdie stadium, en nu wat Proud speel, lyk dit of Walvis Bay in die moeilikheid is. Manne is dors, harde wedstryd daar buite. En is die loskakel hierso van Proud Akademie van Swakopmund af, Godwin Silvanus wat hierso die skop sal waarneem. Kyk of hy die puntetelling tot met 'n 7 punte gaping kan strek. Hy maak geen fout nie. Tussen die palle deur en 17-10 Proud. So 17-10 in die guns van Proud hier teen Walvis Bay in hierdie finaal van die onder 19A afdeling. Walvis Bay wat die speler vat. Skop redelik diep in. Bal word ingevat deur Rowan Creer. Rowan Creer uit na Rabi. Word grond toe gebring. Creer weer. Creer met 'n bokskop. Oor die kop daarso van Mukwi Longo. Mukwi Longo nog steeds met die bal. Hy maak 'n paar goeie meters. Nog steeds in besit. Maar uiteindelik die kantlyn wat wen. Mukwi Longo met 'n baie goeie loopie daar van diep binne in sy eie kwartgebied af wat veld gemaak het hier tot op die halflyn. Presies op die halflyn. Dis hulle lyn staan wees. Lyk my vir Proud om in te gooi. Nie baie tyd oor in die wedstryd nie, so 6,5 minute. Proud soos ek sê wat baie goed lyk op die oomblik. Definitief met die voordeel op die oomblik, definitief met die wind in hulle seile. Maar die bal word gesteel deur Walvis Bay. Goed afgeklap. Lyk vir my soos 'n bietjie van 'n gevaarlike tackle daar gewees, gevaarlike vat, bietjie hoog. En dis Walvis Bay wat 'n strafskop toegeken word. En Walvis Bay gaan kyk of hulle meters kan wen, lyk vir my deur middel van die skopvoet daarso van Eli Engelbrecht. Eli Engelbrecht het 'n goeie skop daar, maak veld tot op die kwartlyn van Proud en kan hulle dinge gelyk trek hierso deur middel van 'n 3. Goeie aanvallende posisie. Skeieregter hou so 'n bietjie die brieke aan daarso. Kyk, sê alles is in die hak. Lyk my nou 'n besering gewees. En die spel sal vat met die nommer 16 Armando Vivier van Walvis Bay wat die lyn staan werk hierso sal of die ingooi werk die lyn staan sal doen. En dan gaan ons goeie ingooi daar, goed gespring daar deur die springer van Walvis Bay, maar hy kon net nie die bal in sy hande kry nie of kon net nie die bal vashou nie. So Walvis Bay verloor besit van die bal in baie goeie posisie en die bal is uit van Creer voor sy agterlyn. Lang aangee. Daarna Nathan Isaacs. Isaacs wat baie gevaarlik gelyk het in die laaste paar minute van die wedstryd. Hy gee uit daarso. Nou, is dit Christian, wie is dit? Kan jy nommer op die rug sien daar nie? Maar baie goeie lopies daar deur Isaacs. En nog 'n 3 in die guns van Proud en die puntetelling nou 22 punte vir Proud en 10 in die guns van Walvis Bay en hierdie voorsprong strek nou baie vinnig.
Tweede 3 daar vir Proet Academy deur Kyle Saunders, die linkervleuel.
En is Kyle Saunders, lyk vir my die linkervleuel wat die 3 gedruk het daar. Nou 'n pragt loopie daar van Isaacs. Soos hy sê, Isaacs wat in die laaste paar minute van hierdie wedstryd 'n groot impak gehad het met 'n paar prachtlopies. En dis Willem Du Plessis wat die skopwerk sal waarneem en hy maak geen fout nie. Reg voor die pale voeg hy nog 2 punte by vir Prohead. Die telling nou 24-10.
Koning Willem Du Plessis skop die doelskop van Prohead. 24-10 Prohead. Momentum Raadsbeker onder 19A finaal.
Nog 'n paar beserings hierso wat aandag nodig kry. My mede-kommentators hierso wat stry oor Engels en Afrikaans wat is die beter taal. Maar ons almal weet wat die beter taal is, so ek gaan nie betrokke raak daar nie. So nog so 'n onderbreking hierso vir beserings, maar 'n harde wedstryd geweest veral in die tweede helfte. Prohead wat met mag en mening uitgekom het in die tweede helfte en 'n vinnige 2-3 gedruk het. In feite vinnige 3-3 gedruk het. Hulle was 10-5 agter. Toe die spanne omgedraai het hierso. So 3 vinnige 3 en Prohead op die mars. En ek dink hulle gaan moeilik gestuit word hierso. Hulle is weer op die aanval. En ek sien 'n plaasvervanger daarso vir Walvis Bay nommer 20. Jason Velman wat die bal sal voer in die scrum hierso. Met net so 1 minuut oor in hierdie wedstryd. Miskien 'n bietjie meer vir beseringstyd. Geen beseringstyd blykbaar nie. Maar kom ons kyk wat gebeur hierso. Goed opgetel daar deur die 8ste man en kaptein Victor van der Walt. Baie belovende spel hierso, beweging hierso van Walvis Bay, ongelukkig. Die bal wat hy net nie kon uitkry, syfer uitkry na sy vleuel daar nie. Die bal word aangeslaan. Baie belovend gewyd gelyk vir Walvis Bay, maar dit is ongelukkig net 'n troostprys gewees het, want ek dink die telling 'n klein bietjie te wyd vir Walvis Bay om nou op te vang met die amptelike speeltyd op ons klok verstreke. En nou het julle dit. Daar is die hoeter vir die einde van die game, of die amptelike speeltyd is verby, maar daar's nog tyd vir een vaste faset hierso, so Rowan Creer sal die bal voer in die scrum. Maar ek sal aanneem dat as die bal uitkom by hierdie scrum, dit net op die voet gesit wil word. Maar dit kom uit aan Walvis Bay se kant, dis 'n vaskop. Kan Walvis Bay, ongelukkig tas hy net na aan die bal. Dis 'n aanslaan en Prohead wen hierdie wedstryd. Wie sou gesê het 10-5 agter teen halftyd en hulle wen hierdie wedstryd 24 punte teenoor 10. Geen punte aangeteken teen Walvis Bay in die tweede helfte. Hulle sal baie teleurgesteld wees in hulle self, maar wel gedaan Prohead. Hulle is die wenners van hierdie jaar se Momentum 2018 onder 19 A-liga finaal. En dit is die einde van ons dagse spel, ons middagspel van hierdie Momentum reeks. Onthou net, ons is terug met die finale van die skole reeks. Ek dink daai wedstryd skop 16:30. Nee, dis die 18:30. Dis die finale van die skolewedstryde, die Superliga, WAP teen Windhoek Gymnasium. So ons sal terug wees vir daai. Ons moet ongelukkig nou afskakel. Dis Namibia se wedstryd wat hierna gebeur, Namibia teen Kenia. Ons sal ongelukkig nie daai wedstryd kan uitsaai nie. Daai regte woord aan iemand anders. So skakel gerus weer in hierso so teen 6:30 vanaand, 6:00 vanaand sal die uitsending begin. Baie dankie dat julle gekyk het en ons sien julle 6:00 vanaand en ons hou duim vas hierso vir ons nasionale span teen Kenia. Is 'n groot wedstryd. Kwalifiserende wedstryd hierso. As hulle wen, dring hulle deur na die Wêreldbeker toe volgende jaar in Japan. So as julle in die omtrek is, as julle naby Hagi Geingold Stadium is, hier is nog baie plek oop, lyk dit my, op die paviljoene, veral op die oorkantste paviljoen. Kom ondersteun ons manne en ons praat later.
Mooi aan daar, vrou, eet asseblief. Ons vra dan vir meneer Henny Venter en meneer Barend Naberg van Momentum om vir ons die medaljes doorhandig, goue medaljes dan, onder 19A goue medaljes, Momentum aan Private Academy. En die silwer medaljes aan Babas Bay Hoërskool, privaat hoërskool se eerste span. Die spelers van die wedstryd. Die voorspeler van die wedstryd, nommer 4 van Private Academy, Ruben Leroux. Die agterspeler van die wedstryd, nommer 11 van Private Academy, Kyle Saunders. En dan vra ons die kaptein van Private Academy 1, Henry Fourie, om die trofee te gaan ontvang. Ons gee vir die teesparing 'n lekker aanklap, dames en here, en dan 19A finaal gewees. Baie geluk Private Academy. Ons sê dan baie dankie aan almal wat tot dusver toe betrokke was by die Momentum Raadsbeker finale. Daar gaan nou, ongelukkig sal ons nou eers moet wag dat die spanne kan opwarm. Kenia en Namibia se nasionale spanne gaan so oor 'n paar minute begin opwarm en dan gaan die toets 4 uur plaasvind. Natuurlik baie belangrike toets. Wenner van hierdie wedstryd gaan speel in die Wêreldbeker, die World Cup in Japan volgende jaar. En die verloorder is nie heeltemal uit nie. Hy gaan nog 'n kans kry in November daar in Frankryk om teen Hong Kong, Kanada as ook Duitsland uit te speel om die 20ste span en die laaste span te bepaal wat Wêreldbeker toe gaan. Kom ons hou vir ons Namibiese span baie sterk duim vas.
gister die onder 12's